There are two ways that you can sign up to TradingView. The first is just by going to tradingview.com. The second is to use the referral link that will be displayed on the very next post of this course. You can click the link and it will take you to this page here, this link here. You will be reminded that you are using a referral link, so you just need to click that box there. And then you'll be shown these options. Now, bear in mind, you only generate the referral bonus, which is $30 to you and $30 to help support the Crypto Professor YouTube channel, if you pay for a subscription. Okay, if you're planning on just doing the basic, you can still use the referral link, and when you do decide to upgrade, if you do upgrade in the future, you will generate that referral bonus for yourself. Okay, so if you're in doubt, just use the link. Otherwise, if you don't want to use the link, just use tradingview.com. Now, I should say that I use the basic plan for most of my trading for the first 2 years, and I was trading other people's money around about $1 million a month using it. Okay, it is quite comprehensive. There are adverts, okay, which you can kind of click off, and they're not too intrusive. But basically, the only reason you want to upgrade if you're doing more in-depth analysis. I had an analyst who actually had a paid plan, who was generating trading ideas and hypotheses. And if you don't have that, then it might be more useful to have an upgraded plan. Okay. Two things. If you pay on a monthly basis, you're going to be paying either $15, $30, or $60. If you pay annually, you get a reduced rate. Okay, so you save $24 or $60 or $120 for the most expensive plan. $155, $300, or $600 a year. Now, what do you get for that? Well, you're able to add more indicators per chart. So if you want to use RSI and various levels of moving averages, you can add 5 different moving averages if you wish to. Then that's something that's useful. That's what I've been using. I'm on the Pro Plus plan, so I'm on this one, and I can use 5 moving averages, RSI, MACD. I can basically use as many indicators as I want, up to 10 per chart. Okay, on the free plan you're only allowed 3, so if you are planning to use them, you need to chop and change. Okay, you can use all of them, but you can't have them all simultaneously on the same chart. Okay, similarly, if you wanted to use more than 2 charts in one window, on the free plan you can only use 1 chart per window. You can have 2 charts on the next plan up, 4 charts, and 8 charts. Okay, now quite why you'd need 8 charts in one layout is a little bit of a misnomer. Unless you're doing forex trading with cryptocurrencies, you tend to just focus on 1 at a time, maybe 2 if you're looking for a correlation. Okay, so in terms of that, it's not really a great idea to upgrade, but you might have information overload if you have 8 different cryptocurrencies all moving simultaneously in one layout, just to make you aware. The other benefits is actually the server-side alerts. Okay, so I'm on this plan, so I'm watching simultaneously 30 different cryptocurrencies, and I've got alerts on those cryptocurrencies in order to track them. And if they hit my targets, I get a text or an email to say that the price has moved. So 24/7, 365, I can track different cryptocurrencies, and I can set those where there are, and I can even set them using trend lines. So if a trend line is broken, as you'll see later on in this video, you'll be able to detect that. Okay, obviously on the all singing all dancing plan, it's 400. Okay, so you can track 400 different assets and have 400 different alerts simultaneously. Now I should say that if your target is hit, it frees up another alert. Okay, so it's 30 simultaneous server-side alerts or 10 simultaneous server-side alerts. Okay, as soon as alert is triggered, then that's it. Obviously, there's no adverts on any of the paid plans, and there are a greater range of indicators. Okay, and you can have different types of charting tools. Now, TradingView is a platform for most tradable assets. It doesn't specify cryptocurrencies, okay? And there are numerous different things. For example, you can get 1-second feeds from shares and that kind of thing if you want to pay for the largest platform, basically, okay? That's not really relevant to this course. We're just looking for crypto data, so I'll leave that to you to make your mind up there. As I say, my recommendation is just to start with the basic plan, get your head around it, understand how to use it properly, and then once you find yourself limited by the features of the platform, then you can actually upgrade as you need to. Okay. So if you want to click on any of the plans, okay, you're going to need to set up your username, your email address, password, and tick the boxes to say that you're not a robot, mountains or hills, and you have to complete this exercise where you are going to select that. There we go. I'm not a robot. That's good to know. And you're going to click create account. Okay. I'm not going to save my credentials because this is a demo account. You need to verify your email. Okay. So you need to do that within 14 days. Okay. And if you don't do that within 14 days, they will delete your account. So actually, in order to use your account, you need to sign up with and verify your email. I'm just going to do that and pause the video while that happens. Okay, so clicking the link in the email brings up this page. You can choose a photo if you want to add a photo. There is an element of sharing different ideas on TradingView that you don't have to engage in, but can be quite useful. And then they want your first and last name, basically, to add to your account. Click continue, and then you'll get back to this page here, but you'll notice you're actually logged in. Okay, so you're now logged into the platform, and they will just offer you to upgrade at some point in the future. Okay, I am on a trial. Okay, so this is a 30-day trial. Okay, and it is a basic trial, so it's not going to upgrade me unless I actually specifically ask for it. Right, let's go. Let's start looking at some cryptocurrencies. If you want to start trading, you just need to type in the asset that you want to trade in the box here. So let's start with BTC USD. Okay, so notice that this form is ridiculously complicated and offers you a lot of different information. Okay, now obviously USD has come up here because the search terms have triggered USD, and that is obviously the larger, just like search engine optimization, that is the most frequently hit on TradingView. Okay, we need to scroll down and actually look at these cryptocurrencies. Now notice here it says crypto and then BitBay. So this is the exchange where the data is being fed from for TradingView. Okay, generally you want to use the most liquid exchange, so that would usually be Binance. Okay, at the moment, obviously in the first module we looked at how to determine the volume of an exchange and find out. This is where it's really useful because it will give you the best price or the most reliable price by using the exchange that has the most liquidity. Okay, now I actually made a mistake in the previous section where I actually typed in the slash. If you don't type in the slash, you actually get a lot more comparisons. It tends to focus on the USD value if you type the slash in. Okay, so I'm going to go to crypto, Binance, and Bitcoin US dollar. Now you can decide to either launch the chart immediately or you can go to the ticker overview. Generally it defaults to the ticker overview in my experience, so I'm going to go to that first and I'm going to select BTC USD Binance, and that will take me to this page where I get a general overview of the market. Okay, I get the live current price. Okay, I get the previous close. Okay, I get the previous open price, and I get the volume over the last 24 hours and the days range. Okay, so all that information is condensed into this panel here. If you click on any of these, you will change the data where you're getting the exchange information from. Okay, generally it defaults to the one you selected first. Okay, but if I take these out, you'll notice that there are very slight changes in price depending on the exchange, or not so much if you look at BitBay. Okay, now arbitrage trading is an advanced technique which takes advantage of these. This is not to say that you'd be able to buy Bitcoin for $36,000 at BitBay, because the liquidity might not be there. Okay, but basically just be careful when you select your exchange that you're getting the correct price information. As you can see, if you're trading in Binance and you had your take profit at 39,000, it would almost have been hit. In actual fact, it would have been hit, and on BitBay it wouldn't have been. Okay, so that's really important to note and really important to understand that it's important where you get your price data from. There was a chart that is displayed beneath that, where you can change the time frame. Okay, this is a very simplistic chart. I wouldn't use it for anything other than just getting an overall feel of the way the market has moved. Okay, there's much more advanced features on the actual chart that we'll look at in a second. Okay, but it just gives you an indication of where recent price action has been at a glance. Basically, it's an overview. All right, below that there is some ideas. So there's people post ideas on where they think Bitcoin might be moving, or any asset that they're trading. Okay, take these with a large pinch of salt. Okay, not everyone who's posting necessarily understands what they're doing. They might just be contributing. Some ideas are fantastic and will support your hypothesis. Some ideas will go against it. I wouldn't pay too much attention to this, but if you are lost and you like the ideas and you look at the profile behind the person and they seem to know what they're doing, then definitely I would look at those and see if you agree or disagree. Okay, but the important thing is I'm trying to reinforce the idea that you can do this yourself as opposed to relying on other people to do it for you. Okay, this I would generally ignore. Okay, this is a lagging indicator and it's not particularly effective. Basically, it's the culmination of all the trading ideas that have been posted over a given time period. Okay, so it's not really reliable information. Okay, for example, right now it's saying to sell Bitcoin, which would be a good idea potentially, almost at $40,000 when we've seen a drop to 30,000. But at the same time, I wouldn't base any of your trading decisions on this indicator here. It's just there to look pretty. Okay, again, it's the culmination of all these contributors and what they would decide to do. Okay, whether they're going to buy or sell effectively. Okay, this is tracked. Okay, so if there are lots of long posts made about a particular asset, then this would move to either buy or strong buy. If there are a large amount of sell hypothesis generation, so short here, okay, then this would move towards the sell or strong sell region. Okay, so when you're actually ready to view the chart itself, you can click full featured chart and that will load up a new tab and you'll be able to actually see the chart itself. Okay, so here we have the price data itself. Okay, we have the price on this side of the screen and we have the time frame on this side of the screen. Okay, now as we'll see later on in this section, time frame is really important for analysis. Okay, at the moment I'm just giving you a general overview. Okay, these are candles. Okay, large candles mean large movement, small candles mean hardly any movement. Okay, the body of the candle indicates that the price stayed within that region when it closed. Okay, outside of that we have wicks. Okay, wicks are where the price moved to during the time of the candle but didn't ultimately stay there. Okay, now what are the length of these candles? Well, you can see here it's day. Okay, and you can select different time frames. Okay, if you really want to, you can go down to 3 minute time frames. Okay, so each of these candles is now worth 3 minutes. Okay, generally the shorter the time frame, the less accurate the analysis. Okay, if I was going to go for something very, very accurate, I would look at a month chart. Okay, but obviously with cryptocurrency, looking at a month chart, it doesn't really give you any information because it's just bullish, bullish, bullish. Oh, hit resistance, and now we're consolidating, potentially for maybe a move higher or potentially a move lower. Okay, so always think about your time frame. Generally, my preferred time frame for weekly analysis is a day chart. Okay, and for intraday is either the 15-minute or the 1 hour. Okay, generally 15-minute allows you to time entries quite well. Okay, and at the moment what we're seeing is obviously we're ricocheting off different levels here and we're at a support and resistance level here. Okay, but more about that in a later section. So in order to actually use the platform well, you need to understand volume. So this is the volume information going under here. Okay, so the reds are the sell orders and the greens are the buys. Okay, so you can track major movements according to the volume they produce, not just their ultimate effect on the price action. Okay, let's draw a trend line. So here is a trend line. Okay, you can select different types of trend line, different types of solutions, vertical lines, horizontal rays, etc. Don't worry too much about most of these. But if you wanted to draw a trend line, here's a nice trend line that I'm going to draw here, and actually it's supported there. Okay, so that's a trend line. Okay, now I will talk more about specifics of doing that later on in this video, but you can alter the color, okay, using all these settings. You can even set an alert. Okay, so add alert. I'll be doing this later on in this video. This is just an introduction to TradingView now. Okay, I just want you to be able to understand and know how to roughly use it. Okay, all this on this side is the menu bar. Okay, you can measure. Okay, so if I wanted to measure the distance between those two assets, I could do that. So I could know that Bitcoin has dropped 47.5% since the 8th of May to the 23rd of May. Okay, so I can actually measure that. That's really useful for working out how far things have climbed or fallen. There is text, so if you want to export your charts and you want to overlay them with text. There are also patterns, so Elliott wave, impulse waves, we'll be talking about this a little bit later as well, and you can actually draw on the charts what you need in order to track it and understand it. Then there are different bars, long position, short position, you can track. This is generally more advanced procedure than perhaps is normal. One of the tools you'll probably be using really a lot is the fib retracement tool. Okay, this allows you to track potential price movements by plotting the highs and lows of different cryptocurrencies. Okay, and working out how to do that is the subject of a later video. Okay, but basically all of your information is here on the charts. You can also access indicators and strategies. So for example, if I wanted to add RSI in here, okay, I would just click here and that would add RSI. Okay, so that would form a separate indicator. Remember, on a free plan you can only have up to 3 indicators. Okay, and similarly if I wanted to add a moving average, an exponential moving average, I could do that here. Okay, if you need to edit this, you just go into the settings. Generally if you click a cog anywhere, it will take you up to some settings, and if I wanted that to be a 21-hour EMA, because remember we're on an hour chart, and whatever you change here, the length is always going to reflect the time frame of the chart you're doing. Okay, you can click that there, and then that is now a 21-hour EMA. Okay, added to the chart. I'll get rid of the RSI just for practicality. Okay, so remember you can only have 3 of those on any one chart unless you have a paid plan. Okay, you can also add all sorts of other things, alerts, indicator templates. This is not really relevant, but fundamental metrics for stocks, and you can compare or add symbols as well. And you can also change the candle layout if you want to. I personally don't. I think candles are excellent in order for technical analysis. Okay, so that is a basic general overview of TradingView. Okay, we'll go into a lot more depth at a later stage in this course, but for now, hopefully just get set up with your account, get everything where you want it, have a play around. The best thing you can do is just to explore and work out how TradingView can work for you. There are also things like watch lists where you can add and take away different units. I'll be showing you how to do that and different tickers at a later stage in this video. But for now, just get set up, just get comfortable, work your way around it. It's going to take you probably a couple of weeks just to get really used to where everything is and how to do everything and how to do your own analysis. Remember, charts are saved if you have an account. Okay, so if you want to go on to your favorite crypto and start analyzing that and drawing some trend lines and that kind of thing, it will stay on the platform for you to use at a later stage. Okay, if you have a paid plan, you can do that multiple times, but if you have a free plan, you can only do that on one chart. It won't save multiple charts for you. Okay, so just have a play around, and if you get stuck, reach out to me or have a look online. There's a lot of help and support available online in the appropriate forums that TradingView supports. But otherwise, I hope you get on well, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this module where we look at more in-depth features on TradingView.